So I'm a painter, and the past few years I've tried to make a lifestyle out of traveling as much as possible. It's been amazing, but 3 months away at a time has really been my limit before I normally have to take a pause and return home. I'm so excited though, because I think this trip will be different. I think I'll get to be gone a lot longer this time. So come along with me. I'm gonna start by showing you everything I packed for this trip of truly undetermined length. Then I show you the first couple of days painting in the new place, and stay tuned for the end because I get more into what I've been up to business-wise. Right before leaving for this trip, I had one of the most successful periods of work I've ever had. So I talk all about what I learned about having a painting-based business and get into how that's making this trip possible. Okay, let's get into it. I am so excited. Okay, you guys, last you saw me, I was returning home from France. That was a few months ago. I had some work to do back at home, some business to get in order, but all of that is done. I'm back out in the world now, and I'm so happy about it. I just arrived here in Mexico. I'm so grateful to get to be here right now. I'm here on a climbing trip with some partners of mine, / I'm also hoping to turn it into a painting trip for me. So I did bring an entire studio's worth of painting supplies with me in my bag. I am gonna show you everything. This backpack, this tote bag, and this chunky big ass duffel bag. And this is my room. Now I did do a really bad rush job packing. I kind of forget what I threw in, and I'm a little bit nervous to find out. Hopefully I did an okay job. Oh, also, this is a trip of undetermined length. I don't think any of us have return tickets, so I packed a lot. This is not at all like a minimalism backpacking trip kind of thing. This is a be prepared for anything, be prepared to go anywhere, be prepared to be gone a long time kind of trip. With that being said, first thing, puffy coat for if it gets cold. Raincoat. I don't think it really rains here this time of year, but I'll be prepared if I go somewhere where it does rain. I would definitely really like to be gone for a long time if possible. Like even after I leave here, I would love to keep traveling rather than just returning home. I don't know if that will be possible, but we will see. The limiting factor is obviously money, right? Like I make a living as an artist. I paint and I teach sometimes. So as you can imagine, the income is highly variable. So basically what I'm saying is I will have to see how long I can justify doing this for. How long can I justify traveling for? That is my question. Stretchy band. Stretchy band to warm up the shoulders. I'm gonna make like a climbing pile, an everyday pile, and a painting supplies pile. That's the everyday pile. This is the climbing pile. Pair of sandals. This is the only pair of shoes I brought other than my sneakers, which I wore on the plane every day. Climbing shoes. And my bag of paint. I did, so kind of related to the question of how long I think I'll be able to do this for, I did recently start teaching online. That is actually the big thing I was working on when I returned home this past time. I worked on creating the course, putting the lectures, the demonstrations all together, setting the course up on my website, advertising it, running the first session of it. I need to talk about the whole thing more later. I will focus on unpacking right now, but long story short, it was absolutely incredible and I learned so much about running a business. I've never taught a class like that where it was just all me on my own, not tied to any other school or institution, where I was in charge of everything and where I got to do everything exactly the way I wanted to do it. It was so much work, but it was so freeing and it was so rewarding. I had over 30 students that I was meeting with individually every single weekend during the length of the course, where I would look at their paintings that they had done each week, talk to them really in depth about their work. It was so incredible and fun, like to really get to know people. It was the absolute best and has really helped with the income problem a little bit, to be honest, which I'm really grateful for. And this is what I wanted to talk about, is making me think that this kind of thing, like long-term traveling, is actually like much more possible, much more attainable than I maybe would have thought. Anyways, I mean, all of that being said, I still don't know. You know, everything is still very much up in the air, how long I'll be here, how long I'll be anywhere, but whatever, you know, at least for now, I'm here, I have my paints, and I'm very happy. Okay, I have 4 tubes of white with me. 1 little tube of black, 2 tubes of blue, 3 greens, 1 orange, 4 reds, and 3 yellows. Was that overkill? The thing is, the place we're staying, it's like honestly difficult to get to a good grocery store, let alone a good art store. So I just really don't want to run out of paint. Next, I will use this to transport my paints when I go paint outside so that I don't have to lug big tubes around. A palette with a lid. This cardboard contraption. I cut 2 pieces of cardboard, tore a bunch of pieces of paper, and the idea is that whenever I go outside to paint, I can grab a few sheets, grab a sheet of cardboard, binder clip, and bam, I have a nice little painting surface. This is way more convenient than any notebook you could buy. And then for a second option for painting surfaces, I have this canvas pad. It comes with all of these sheets of canvas. They're not mounted on anything, but they're already gessoed, so they're ready to be painted on. More climbing stuff. Harness, gree-gree, finger training block, quick draws, clip stick. Back to art stuff, I have this little pouch. I brought this medium. Roll of blue painter's tape. This is one of those things that like I really did not need to bring. If I was packing lighter, I definitely would not have brought this, but I know it will come in handy. A little container for my medium to go in. This little microfiber towel, I'm gonna try to use this instead of using a lot of paper towels to clean my brushes. And then in here, brushes, palette knife, and miscellaneous pencils. Bag full of toiletries. Shampoo, face wash, floss, razor, nasal spray. Wow, riveting stuff. Miscellaneous bag, water flask, headlamp, a nice silk headband. I did not need this. And then the rest, a microfiber quick dry bath towel, very small and compact. Look at that. Bathing suit, beanie, and gloves. 2 very different occasions. Okay, and next up, I'm really excited for this guy. It is a lightweight portable easel, and the legs twist and expand. This company, you guys, they actually sent me this easel a little while ago for free, which I kind of could not believe. I've never had a company reach out and ask to send me something before, so I was really, really hyped to receive this. I mean, it looks really nice. I haven't used it yet, but I will use it later in the video and I will let you guys know how I like it. Okay, sorry for interrupting. This is me from the future. You may notice that I'm in a new location. The traveling has been going very well. Let's just say that. There have been a lot of new locations. Stay tuned to see all of the videos I've been making. Anyways, I've been using this easel a bunch. You'll see me using it later in this video and also a lot in future videos. It's been working out very, very nicely for me. This is not sponsored, but I do have a discount affiliate code that you guys could use if you're interested. All the info will be below. It's been light enough for me to carry around with me really, really easily wherever I go. While also this is key, being sturdy enough where it doesn't ever feel like it's gonna fall over in the wind. It's simple, it's pretty. I've really been enjoying it. Also, while we are in salesy mode, I do have prints finally available again up on my website. I did a tiny baby print drop this past winter. It was only open for like 48 hours. This time I'm prepared for a much larger drop. I have a lot more available prints ready to be shipped out to you guys. They are beautiful. The color, the texture of the paper, I could not be more pleased with how they turned out. Go to my website if you're interested. Otherwise, back to the unpacking. And we're getting very close to the end. I have my rope bag in here. And very lastly, I forgot I brought this. Okay, this is a sheet of foam, I'll explain, and 3 pieces of cardboard. And that was everything in the duffel bag. Next up, first, everything that didn't fit inside. Helmet, water bottle, baseball hat. Inside is all of my clothes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 tops. Shorts. Brown athletic shorts. Green athletic shorts. Board. Black shorts. Denim shorts. Plaid. Black. More black. And floral. We have 4 feet of snow back home. I was crying tears of joy packing all of these shorts. Next, I do have some warmer layers. 1 long sleeve, merino wool long sleeve, gray athletic long sleeve, long cargo pants, sweatpants to sleep in and be cozy in the evenings, merino wool leggings. Then I obviously have these leggings. And very last in the backpack, I have this bag filled with socks and things. And very lastly, we have my tote bag. Sunglasses, wallet, another pair of climbing shoes that didn't fit anywhere else, charging block, charging cords. I also had all of my camera stuff in here, but I already unpacked that. Laptop case. Very lastly, I have the 2 books that I brought. This first one that I'm farther along in, it's called Changing Images of Pictorial Space, A History of Spatial Illusion in Painting. It's basically art history, but specifically through the lens of how spatial illusion has functioned in painting throughout all the different eras. Like how painters have approached making 3-dimensional looking things appear on a 2-dimensional surface. I really would recommend this book. And then the second book I brought was this guy, Art and Fear. This book has been recommended to me a million times, so I'm really happy I finally got a copy to read. This guy I have not started yet. I've only literally just read the introduction, but let me read it to you guys because it made me really, really excited about the rest of the book, and I want to share this with y'all, okay? This is what it says. This is from the introduction. This is a book about making art. Ordinary art. Ordinary art means something like all art not made by Mozart. After all, art is rarely made by Mozart-like people. Essentially, statistically speaking, there aren't any people like that. But while geniuses may get made once a century or so, good art gets made all the time. Making art is a common and intimately human activity, filled with all the perils and rewards that accompany any worthwhile effort. The difficulties art makers face are not remote and heroic, but they are universal and familiar. This is a book about what it feels like to sit in your studio or classroom at your wheel or keyboard, easel or camera, trying to do the work you need to do. It's about finding your own work. David Bales, Ted Orland. I edited some sentences out. That got me really excited to read the book. I think it's nice to acknowledge that, like, yeah, you know, statistically speaking, you watching this, me making this, anyone reading this book, none of us are probably these artistic geniuses. We're probably nothing like Mozart, and that is perfectly okay. You don't have to be an artistic genius to make a good, worthwhile art. I'm into that. And also that's like very easily forgotten, I think. Anyways, I'm really excited to read the rest of this book. And that was everything. Absolutely everything. Milo has been peacefully sleeping this entire time. Cute. And this yoga mat, this is the one thing I did not bring this from home. I bought this here and then brought it to the house. I have stayed in one too many communal living spaces, hostels, campgrounds to be okay with the idea of using somebody else's old dirty yoga mat. There are not that many things I'm high maintenance about, but my own personal clean yoga mat is one of those things. That's the space. Tomorrow, we paint. Look at this. Good morning, Milo. He's not ready to wake up yet. Milo, ven acá. Oh, muy bien, Milo. I cannot believe that I'm here. Looking for my paint spot. Maybe this is it. I kind of insinuated this earlier, but the past few months have basically been the exact opposite of this. I have been very focused, hunkered down in the house, working on business, fully in office mode. Not much studio painting time, to be honest. Occasionally, I would go to the kitchen to eat. Occasionally, I would go out to see the sun. Anyways, needless to say, this is very much a change of vibe. Also, this is where I'm going to start painting, I think. This rock formation, I like it. Despite the a lack of painting, lack of sun the past few months. It was a hugely successful period of time for me, both monetarily and like personal fulfillment wise. I sold more stuff than normal, the course was completely filled up, and I want to just give a rapid fire update of everything that happened business wise, everything I learned, and my analysis of why I honestly think I was way more successful than normal. So what was I doing? Basically every day the past 3 months I was mostly focusing on writing the lectures for the course, recording and editing the weekly painting demonstrations, having all the Zoom critiques with the students. I spent so much time on my website troubleshooting and updating my website. The day I can hire a web developer, I will seriously save so much time. I also was continuing to ship paintings. I shipped 2 paintings to Europe, which was particularly exciting. I've never shipped paintings internationally before, so I was super thrilled. Shout out to the 2 of you in the UK who ordered. With that came figuring out customs forms, VAT rates. I didn't even know what VAT was 6 months ago. Comparing shipping carriers, price points of bubble wrap. I also did a print drop with which came even more shipping of things and researching best packaging practices. I did not know that in making a business out of art, I really would become a post office packaging expert, but here I am. Also, fun fact, this was not my first ever print drop, but it was my first ever profitable print drop, so that was fabulous. Anyways, I was busy with way more logistical business tasks rather than actual rigorous painting, to be honest, and that might sound somewhat depressing, but I will say I had a blast, you guys. Actually, one of my favorite things that I learned during this period that I was really surprised to learn about myself, it was the fact that while yes, all of those like logistical things, all of those business things that have nothing to do with actual painting, while yes, they very much take your time away from painting, and that is kind of a bummer, at the end of the day, what I learned is that I actually like still really enjoy all of those things. It just feels really good and rewarding to like know that I can handle all of the logistical side of running a business. And it feels amazing, like amazing to know that through handling all of that stuff, I get to give myself a very nice little life. I get to work for myself. I have the freedom to be places like this, do things like this. I mean, come on. Okay, my camera died yesterday, but this one, round 2, this one will be a proper time lapse. Okay, next day, we'll get back to my list of business things learned in a moment, but after the rock formation painting, I just wanted to do another similar quick little thing, so I set up on the roof of the house that I was staying in. For both these first 2 paintings, I didn't have any particular big special goal or intention. I just wanted to get started on something, anything. I wanted to get in the habit of working in this new environment, so whipped out these little guys. I was treating them kind of as a warm-up for a hopeful bigger project that I would start soon. Stay tuned for that, by the way. Now, back to my list about things I learned about making a business out of my art. Next up, oh my goodness, I learned more than ever that the internet is really powerful. I've talked about this before on here, but I was pretty skeptical about using social media too much as a way of promoting art, just because I think that leaning into internet algorithms is low-key a really easy way to lose artistic rigor. But you guys, I take it all back. The internet is incredible, mainly because I just continually see how good it is at connecting you with the right people. Also, oh my gosh, look at how cute Cami and Milo are! Cami's my climbing partner, by the way, and Milo is her dog. Anyways, what was I saying? The internet is good at connecting you with the right people. I particularly saw this with the course. I had over 40 students from literally all over the world, 30 of whom I was meeting with one-on-one every single weekend, and I felt so much genuine connection within this group. And that doesn't always happen. I've had a lot of different students in a lot of different contexts over the years. I've been a student for a lot of different teachers, and just because somebody is a good teacher or a good student does not mean that they will be good fits for one another. You just aren't gonna feel a connection with everyone. I think though that because I promoted the course mostly through my videos, I think if you watch my videos, you get a really good idea of what I'm about, who I am, what I might have to offer you. So I think it just made it really easy for people to self-select themselves, to know ahead of time if we would connect deeply over art or not. It was just awesome. It was such a good group of people. I'm really grateful to everyone who signed up and for the internet. for connecting us. And here we have it. The first 2 little paintings from my time here. It felt absolutely incredible to even just do these tiny little paintings after a while of not painting very much. And stay tuned for future videos because you'll see me start some bigger stuff soon. Now this brings me to the very last thing I learned, and maybe the most important thing I learned about running an art business. Drum roll, this one warning is sad. This one is sad. I'm not gonna lie, this one really sucks. And if you're thinking about wanting to do something similar with your life, this one is gonna be a hard pill to swallow. Brace yourself. The thing that I learned is that in order to be successful, you have to promote yourself. You have to promote yourself. You have to talk about the things that you're making. You have to sell yourself. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? I can't just sit around, paint all day, and then people will magically buy all of my paintings from me. I have to advertise them? What? So the reason that everything was way more successful for me than normal the past few months is that I way more actively promoted myself. I made more videos than normal, and in those videos I talked about the things that I was selling. I talked about the course, I talked about having available paintings, I talked about having available prints, and it worked. It worked, which is fabulous, amazing. Even though it just still always feels weird to me to like explicitly say, hey, I'm selling this thing, are you interested? I don't know, it's just an awkward thing that I guess we all need to get past. So yeah, like I said earlier, I have prints available. Go to my website, check them out, they're amazing. Yeah. Self-promotion, blah, 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 blah. Okay, one more thing. I'm gonna end this on a more positive note. I fully know that I was just talking about self-promotion being very awkward and potentially soul-crushing. But I also have to mention how rewarding it can be, how much fulfillment ends up coming from it. Like I said at the very beginning, this wasn't just a monetarily successful period of time for me. It was also a very successful period of time personal fulfillment wise. The course, the connection with the students obviously was very, very fulfilling, but also the self-promotion, the selling stuff, the sending people stuff, that also felt very, very meaningful. It's beautiful to make something that you love and are proud of and then get to send that to somebody else who loves it and finds a lot of value in it. It's the best. So I know I was just being very dramatic, but I don't know. I guess through doing it more, I also learned that it actually doesn't suck nearly as much as I thought it would suck. Like, sure, it can feel awkward, but really it's just a wonderful way to share what you love. And that makes me feel a lot better about sitting here in front of this camera telling you all to go check out my website and look at my prints that are absolutely incredible, that have beautiful colors and textures, and oh my goodness, I love them, you'll love them. That's my life update, business update, everything I've learned recently, everything I've been thinking recently. Lots more videos are coming soon. There will be more painting and less of me blabbering. Thank goodness. That's everything. Ciao.